Hello, it's John. So I am driving on the way home safely, and I am really just so excited and buzzing away, having been at the Akashic Ancestral healing with Natasha, Rosha and myself as hosts, and also the beautiful people in person. We had people in Edinburgh in the Salisbury Centre, near the centre of Edinburgh, which was really beautiful to host in person, and then also people online on Zoom joining us. It's the first group session I've done in person. I've done them before online, and I've done individual sessions online and individual sessions in person. But I just wanted to capture and journal the moment. I've been planning it for weeks and weeks. I think about 6 weeks in the making of the event. Finding the right venue for the first time, finding out how to book it, getting the right date and time that Natasha and I can make, finding the right space, the physical space, the right way to set up the event to charge people for to cover the costs of the venue and our costs also, and then advertising, like creating a poster, and it was really incredible. Loads of really funny things, like I kept messing up the start date and time. Today is the day that the clocks change in the UK, and that made it extra hard. But yeah, advertising like an international event, I learned, is also quite challenging to explain the differences in time zones to people. But we did it. Yay, we did it. And it was really a beautiful experience. When we turned up at the place, there was a friend, a dear friend that I'd seen use the event venue before, and as the universe would have it, there she was, using the space just before, the same room just before me and my group went in, which was just really, really beautiful. And she was also at my first awakening in 2017, so that was just a really beautiful, cycle to acknowledge. And the people that turned up in person, just such beautiful souls. Like, really an honor to connect with them and to share that space and time. And those themes for all of us, like for us in the room, we're all saying, like, it's really hard at the moment to navigate like space and time. Like, it feels like it's hard to know what day of the week it is, what time it is. And it's funny because, if anything, my life is becoming more planned. I look at my calendar through my weekends and my days now, just constantly looking at what am I doing today, and getting anchored into that experience of being both in the kind of quantum spiritual realms at the same time as the physical practical realms, and the two coexisting, which is really beautiful. I also really enjoyed connecting with the people online, and Natasha, I loved how she suggested to set it up. Was really simple. We just had a laptop sat in a chair, and her laptop was facing everyone else, and so we just together sat and online and in the room, and we went around the room and introduced ourselves at the beginning, and then individually we went through the question, like we did readings at the end individually for people, as Natasha would do one and I would do one for each person. And so you had like two people like giving your readings per person. Natasha is just such a master. Like, she's incredible at Akashic Records. Like, she took us back in space and time and took us through that whole journey of healing our ancestral wounds, bringing forward the timelines and the lifetimes that need our attention and our healing. And there was also just people that had really struggled in past lives like witch wounds, people that have been, you know, hung and murdered, and we went through that healing journey for each of those souls. And as Natasha brought us to an end of the Akashic session, we also I went and did an energy cleanse for each person as a group, and then like where I could see like issues with any individuals, I would remove any entities. And then also we stepped into a room with the lowest vibration aspect of ourselves and went in there to heal it. And it was a really beautiful moment, like to heal that aspect of ourselves that just needs that love, that self-love, and bring them back into ourselves. And then towards the end, yeah, that's when we did our readings for each person and any questions at the end. And the whole thing lasted like about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and it was just really beautiful, really magical experience. I'm so glad I did it. It was about an hour's drive for me each way, and it's really no bother at all to be able to do this passion of energy healing in person with people, and to see and sense their reaction physically when I share what I experience, and to give them healing. And I also love the aspect, as at the very beginning, I remember that human connection was really beautiful, because when I said to everyone, breathe in through the nose and take 3 deep breaths, I could hear them. They're physically there. I could hear like the rhythm of their heartbeats and their breath, and that closeness, that intimacy of being in the same room as someone was really powerful and really magical. And everyone that had joined had been guided to join at that time. And yeah, like a perfectly sized group, you know, nice and intimate, but nothing about it was lacking. And yeah, I just really loved making the most of connecting with people. And these souls that in the session were just such beautiful souls, like such incredible gifts that each of them have. You know, they're coming into this lifetime to help with their healing of their past lives, but also to bring forward, you know, great gifts, great knowledge, like ancient wisdom, like so many of them, bringing in wisdom from angelic realms, from Atlantis, Lemuria, loads of different countries around the planet, and loads of different like vibrations and capabilities. And you know, some human, some like mermaid, some dragon, some magician, so you name it. Just really beautiful. So yeah, I just wanted to share that on my drive home. I know you probably can't see me for most of the time. The screen will be black, and the volume might even be quite loud because the microphone's at my throat. But yeah, I hope this finds you well, and it is just my honor to share this magical moment with you. And Natasha and I would love to do another session together, perhaps do them more regularly. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, part of me just can't believe I did it like face to face. Like, the more of us that do this, that step into our power, you know, it's like this, we're bringing forwards this physical manifestation, this representation of the spiritual work that we're doing. Like when we go through our awakenings, it's so hard to explain to others, and it takes a bit of a journey to explain to others what we go through. And so it's so beautiful when we can continue to evolve our gifts and our experiences to the extent that we can then bring them out into the world. And everyone does them differently, right? And some will be one-to-one, some will be in groups, some will just be out in public, some communities will come together, like all of the above. It's whatever's right for each individual. And if you're watching this and you made it this far into the video, I just invite you to do that with your journey. So, sending my love from Scotland. I love you. Take care.